what's up? It's Joe Ready from Ready's Rides. I have partnered with a company called Vantrue, and I have their latest and greatest brand new OnDash N2 Pro dash cam. Let me ask you this. Have you ever had a situation where you've been in an accident, wasn't your fault, maybe it was a hit and run, no witnesses, and you're kind of stuck holding the bag with all the damages? Guess what? I've been there too. With this, you're no longer going to be in that situation. This is a dash cam that really does it all. So what I want to do is I wanted to open it up. I want to do a little unboxing, and I want to show you the features and how well this Vantrue N2 Pro dash cam works. And I think that when it comes to keeping you and your family safe, this is just another great way to do that. So let's go ahead and just dive right into opening this up. We take off the sleeve, open up the box. You got lots of little owner's manuals, quick start guide, and then there it is. Here it is. This is the whole thing. If you've been waiting to get one of these and your big hang up is that you don't want to have a big obtrusive thing stuck to your windshield, this is the one to get. The N2 Pro, look how small it is. It weighs 3.8 ounces. 3.8 ounces. There it is in the palm of my hand. So nicely shaped. I like the quality of the structure of the camera. It's really durable. It's a nice flat black, so you don't have to worry about it fading or anything like that. Now up front, you're gonna get a 1080p camera. For the interior shot, this is a 720p camera, so nicely set up. Look how easy it is to read the buttons. Not only on the back, you get a nice color screen, and then on the bottom is where you're gonna get your buttons to turn it on and go through the different functions, which we're gonna show you in a second. Now, one thing you are gonna have to get is a memory card for this, which that's gonna slot in right there, a little mini SD card. What's awesome about it is you don't have to have constant power going to it. If you continue and look here, we'll open this up. You do have the ability to charge the battery because this is chargeable. You could use for your 12 volt. Also comes with a USB. So you could plug this right into your USB jack and charge this up, and this thing lasts for a long, long time. I've been using it. I had it going for almost a whole day before it needed to be recharged. Of course, it comes with a nice suction cup mount, and it's really easy to figure out how to put it together. So you're gonna take your suction cup mount, and we're just gonna slide it right in. You hear that click? Now you're good to go. We take off the film. We're gonna take off the film on the 1080p camera out front. We take off the film on the screen. And that's it. This is one of those things that you could have this stuck to your windshield and you could still use your sun visor. Because that was one of my hang-ups, is like having to unstick it and then reattach it every time I was in the car. You don't have to with this. Now let me talk about some of the functions before I powered it on. This has a G-force set up to it to where it could take certain shock over bumps and whatnot. It's got, like I said, almost 360-degree protection out the front and out the back with the interior. Now, it's going to continuously record and then rewrite over itself. Now, here's the wonderful thing. If it winds up, you're in an accident, this is going to know that from that G-shock and everything. It's going to know that, and it's going to automatically take that footage and save it into a file for you so that it does not get written over. I really, really think that that is super smart. This also has a parking mode. So you park your car and this guy keeps going, and what it does is if it senses any motion, it records and it captures somebody coming up to your car. If they're trying to break in or whatnot, it'll get that all on film. So that's some of the features, and there's a lot more to this thing. That's why it comes with a nice owner's manual that this N2 Pro is gonna be able to give you. Now I'm gonna go ahead and power it on, and it's real simple. There's our power button right there. We're gonna hold it down, get a nice little chime, and then as you can see, there the video is working. So you have your rear camera that's shown on the little tiny image there. And then you have the larger camera out front. There's my finger moving back and forth. Now that we have it on, I just want to show you that on the bottom you have a M button for mode. So there's lots of different ways to set this camera up. So when you hit mode, it shows you right here that you have your record set up. If you want to hit OK, that takes you into a whole menu of different ways. Like I said, with the G sensor and everything, that you could set up the sensitivity, everything that you need. If you need to go back, you just hit menu again. It's so simple to navigate through. There's where your files are going to be stored. It has your GPS setup that you could do on it. And then when you go into actual system setup, this is where you're going to have, a second, let me hit menu again. This is where you're going to find where you could do language, format, all that kind of stuff. Once you have it all set up, which it's pretty much out of the box, it's good to go. There wasn't any setup that I needed specific to what I was doing. But once you have it all done, let me go ahead and get out of there. There we are. Now we're just going to stick it, and you're just going to take it. They say to put it up on the passenger side as high as you can. So once you do that, you just stick it there, and now you're good to go. You just lock it down, turn, 1, 2, 3. You could adjust it, nice swivel mount, and it stays nice and secure to the windshield. If you need to take it off, you're just gonna slide this back again. You get your little thumb tab here, and it comes off. Now, here's another thing I wanna show you. You have your USB that you could charge the batteries with right here on the side, or look at this, you could plug it right into the actual suction cup mount. So if you have this attached, you just go right in there. Like I said, to stick it, you just put it where you want it, and then you're gonna lock it down, just like that. And now I have protection out the front and out the back. But we're gonna go ahead now, take you for a little spin, and I wanna showcase just how great the footage is on this N2 Pro. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's go take this for a spin. All right, guys, we have the Vantrue N2 Pro all set up. We're now recording, and we got Big Guns McGee in the back seat.
What's up, guys?
He's being a backseat driver. The reason why we put him back there is just to show you how clear the interior shot is. Now remember, it's 720p in the interior, and the whole purpose of the interior shot, yes, it's to get if somebody rear ends you on camera, but it's also to see the effects on the passengers, because so many times there's always that big question, oh, are you injured? Did you really get injured? Well, guess what? When you could show people's necks swaying back and forth after they've been rear-ended or any other kind of collision, that's just going to help you not only with your medical decisions, but everything else. The best part about the Vantrue N2 Pro that I like is the functionality. So you're going to be able to use this in daytime. It also has nighttime capability with infrared lasers and whatnot. That's going to allow you to be able to just use it no matter what time of day it is. I also, probably my second favorite part of it is how it has the parking mode. For me, parking my car, I want to know if somebody's been messing with it. And with this, you can have it on, and it's going to detect that motion, and it does not just continuously run, which is wonderful. The best part, though, is the camera does continuously record and just read-write, so you don't have to keep putting in different SD cards or making sure to erase it or anything like that. And then, of course, God forbid, if you are in an accident, it's going to automatically take that footage from the G-forces of that accident. It's going to automatically take that footage and put it into a save file so that you have that for whatever purposes that you need. As we're navigating through the streets of Clearwater here, it's just nice because as I'm scanning out across the hood, it's not obtrusive. It's not taking my attention away from driving. It's almost like it's not even there. That's what's so wonderful about it, is that it's so small, out of the way. You could use your sun visor. It's only 3.8 ounces, which is like nothing. And usability is just so simple. You just hit that OK button and it starts recording. Tom, how do you feel back there?
Feel good. Feel like I'm on camera.
Yeah, it's a little different. We don't always have Tom on the camera, but I think with this Vantrue N2 Pro, you could have your very own Tom on camera whenever you want.
I come with every 10 purchases.
Yes, that's right. But hopefully, you know, as we're sitting here in traffic, hopefully this is giving you an idea of just how good the footage is. And this should definitely be the dash cam that you buy. There's so many out there, but I think when it comes to functionality, size, features, it really is an easy decision to go with the N2 Pro. But we're gonna go ahead, the light's turning green here. I'll give you a little bit more footage of us driving around the streets of Clearwater with this dash cam on a traffic-filled day. But this is the thing is that, remember, when you're driving, if God forbid you are in an incident, they don't call them on purposes, they're called accidents. They're accidents. You don't know when they're gonna happen. With the dash cam, you're gonna be able to capture that accident and be protected, especially if you're in a hit and run situation or anything like that. But very, very clear. It's got the GPS detection. It tells you what your speed is and all that great stuff. And you could change that all up by going through the different menus, which is really nice as well. You could tailor your N2 Pro any which way you want. To be honest with you, I just took it out of the box. I knew I could make adjustments, but I like the way it came right from Vantrue. Just stuck it to the windshield and started protecting myself with dash cam footage. But we're gonna go ahead and get back to where we started so we could wrap this one up. All right, guys, we're back to where we started. Like I showed you earlier, to get the N2 Pro off your windshield, it's very simple. You're just gonna unlock at the suction cup mount. You're gonna pull the little tab with your index finger, and that's it. Very easy to use. You know, you can store this somewhere so that somebody doesn't see it and want to, you know, take this from you. To get the suction cup mount off, it's a 1, 2, 3 thing. That's it. If you're looking for a dash cam, I highly recommend this one. I've looked at the stats of other models and other brands, and really this one does it all. Now, if you want to get the dash cam, I have 2 links I'm going to leave in the description. The first one is for anybody in the United States. You click that, and use the code, you're gonna save 15% off the price of this. And if you're wondering, well, what is the price of this dash cam, Joe? It's $199. It really is cheap insurance. It could really save you in the long run. If you're from Canada, there's a separate link. That one's gonna save you 18% off the price of this Vantrue N2 Pro dash cam. But if these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, these product reviews, leave a comment in that comment section. If you're new to the channel and you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. I definitely want to thank everybody at Vantrue for partnering with me so that I could showcase this to you. And if you want to keep great content from Rady's Rides flowing like the Mississippi, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. It goes a long way. Speaking of someone that goes a long way, this guy, Big Guns McGee, Tom Moschner, he would drive 1,000,000 miles to get Rady's Rides footage to bring it to you. So thank you, Tom. Check him out on his Instagram at Mosch Photos. Lots of great pictures. He even took a picture of the dash cam, so you can check that out on his Instagram page. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.